All right, so what we're gonna be talking about in this video is momentum. Now, in general, everybody has issues with maybe what to say to a girl, approach anxiety in general. They have problems with maybe saying the right things, running out of the context, not knowing what's the next move. Or maybe not punching through the wall, instead punching at the wall. There's so many issues that can be fixed just simply by building momentum. But the big problem is that most people honestly don't know how to build momentum. And the guys that do know how to build it don't know how to explain it that well. So in this video, I want to be the first person to do it for you guys, to teach you personally how to build momentum, how to get better day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. So this is that video. This is momentum. This is how you, over a period of time, will get better, and even better than you were previously. Now, a lot of people, they fall into what's called plateaus. They'll get to a point where they just stop improving. They just cannot break past that barrier where they just don't know what the fuck they're doing wrong or even right. So first things first, make sure you're having fun. This is not meant to be work. It's not meant to be arduous. It's supposed to be play. It's the dessert of the day. Love the process. It's one of the biggest factors in whether or not you're good at this. If you go out like drudging, like you're going to work every day, you're gonna burn willpower, you're not gonna have fun, you're never gonna get in the zone. And if you're not having fun, how's the girl supposed to have fun talking to you? Law of state transference. If you walk to her and you're feeling anxious, stressed, just kind of like bleh, why would the girl want to fucking talk to you? She's gonna feel the exact same emotions that you're feeling. So that is number one. That's rule number one. Make sure you're loving the process, loving approaching women. Now, number two, momentum. Where does it come from? Momentum in general is the idea that over time, you become more extroverted, you become more playful, you get more creative. So momentum comes from the idea of action feeds ego. There's a couple different headspaces. It's action feeds ego, and it's also tribalism. Both these together create momentum. And I'm teaching you guys how to move this. So first, action feeds ego. So action feeds ego and ego feeds action. The actions you take, your brain will justify the person you are for this reason. If you act in a meek and mild manner, guess what? You're gonna be meek and mild. If you're acting in an extroverted way, like I am right now, talking to you guys with power, with pauses, using my gestures to express myself. Maybe I'm just having loose body language, being relaxed, having fun, getting into the zone with this. So you know what I'm doing right now? I'm actually building Macromomentum, even being on camera. As the video goes on, guess what? The videos are gonna get better and better. The minute by minute, my speaking ability will get better. And it's because of Macromomentum, because I'm taking the actions of the guy that I wanna be on camera talking to you. So it's the action feeds ego. Take the actions of the guy you want to be, but also to know the mindsets that will draw you to the actions and the mindsets that prevent you from taking the actions that are necessary. So when you want to go talk to a girl, for example, if you're like, this is so stressful, so anxious, it's so terrifying going to talk to a girl because she could reject me and hurt my feelings. What about the possibility of adventure? What about the possibility of connecting with a super sexy ass girl, having sex, having a great vibe, even creating a friend? Like, why aren't you focusing on that? Why are you focusing on all the fucking negatives? So action and ego, burn the candles from both sides. Work on the action while also working on the mindsets, the habits, the beliefs, your ego, your self-belief about your self-identity of who you are. So that's the first half of momentum. The second half is tribalism. You become that which you are around. So we're in a world where a lot of guys make the most elaborate amount of excuses for why they shouldn't approach a girl. Why? Because it hurts getting rejected. It's way easier just to be like, man, Sarah from work checked me out. I must be hot. There's nothing else I have to do instead of putting yourself on the line. A guy goes out, approaches a girl, the girl rejects him. He's like, no, I'm not attractive. My world's falling apart. It's just easier just to make a fucking fake ego, to make a reality around this. So that's what society does. They make this reality where it's weird to go and approach strangers. Well, that's not actually the truth. There's nothing weird about it. They're justifying their own actions. They would judge themselves for taking the action. So then guess what? They judge everybody else. They put everybody else into this confinement, into this cage that is honestly a little bit, not to be too PC, but a little bit emotionally, a little bit of emotional bullying in a roundabout way. You're allowed to be extroverted. You're allowed to talk to strangers. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to be free. You're allowed to, like, if you see a cute girl, let her know you find her cute. If she has a boyfriend, dude, chill. If she doesn't like you, find you attractive, chill again. It's not that big a deal, but the world wants to make it that way. If you're around friends that never talk to girls, they're gonna backwards rationalize their actions. The action feeds the ego, remember? So they never approach. So they're gonna backwards rationalize their inaction and why that makes them confident. I don't talk to girls because I'm not a douchebag. I could have her if I wanted to, but I'm not that guy. It's bullshit. Now, society in general too, they also push this idea of don't be creepy, stuff like that. You never see people around you doing it. So then subconsciously, it kind of gets hammered into your brain that it must be weird to approach. So now if you do it, you can't even give yourself permission to go and approach. It's why when you come on a boot camp with me or AG Hayden or any of the other guys, it's a lot easier for you to approach because we give you permission to approach. But in all actuality, all you ever had to do was give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. I'm not saying like don't come on boot camp. I would love to have you out on this thing. All right, we'll kick ass if you do. But I'll put it this way, you can also give yourself permission as well. All right, permission is like, you gotta believe in your own strength of frame, your own belief system. It's the right thing to do. You find a girl cute, you're a man. Even if it's gonna hurt momentarily, go fucking do it. Go fucking talk to the girl. You don't know what's gonna be on the other side of that. There could be anything. There could be anything. She could go like suck your dick in like 5 minutes. Like that's a possibility. But because you're too afraid to take that first step, guess what? Never gave yourself permission. You wait for society and people around you to give you permission instead of yourself, instead of trusting your own permission. All right? So those are the 2 pieces of momentum. Now getting to that, we're gonna get into both micro and macro momentum. So macro momentum, what's macro momentum? It is basically taking the actions and working on the ego over a long period of time, going out and gaming, making a point of talking to strangers, starting conversations. It is when you notice you're judging others, get rid of the judgment. So you're judging somebody for jaywalking, you're judging somebody for smoking weed, you're judging somebody for not working hard. Don't judge them, because in judging them the same way, you'll judge yourself. So when you see a guy approaching a girl and he's really creepy about it, or you self-perceived creepy, I honestly, sometimes will make a bad judgment, a bad judge call. But if you judge him for being creepy, how do you expect yourself? You're gonna judge yourself for approaching as well. In a certain situation, you don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Dude, because you're so worried about being creepy, now you actually make it creepy. So because you judge others, you judge yourself. Turn down the judgment. It's another way of building macro momentum. Now, with this as well, a lot of people think that they have to go out consistently for long hours and long periods of time. It's about consistency of effort overall. I don't care if you go out and approach like 1 girl a day. That is consistency. It's way better than if you went out for one day, 10 hours in that day. I'd rather you guys went out 5 days a week, approach 1 girl every day, than do that exactly, because it's consistent action. If you do it 1 out of 6 days, how are you supposed to trick your brain and think you're an extroverted sexual being that's fun and free out of 1 day in the week? As opposed to maybe 5 out of 7 days, that's way better to trick your brain to get the ego on your side. Not to mention the more consistent your actions, the more you'll start loving the process because you're starting to teach yourself to draw yourself to the action. You become the person that takes these actions. There's certain things that people do where they're drawn to the action where you feel propelled against them. Do you think me and my friends have a lot of fun going and approaching girls? Fuck yeah. Actually, at times, I'm not gonna lie, sitting here on the camera, we actually had to like stop ourselves from going out and approaching girls. So in the same way, like by you going out and doing this, it makes it tenfold easier for you to do it yourself. So it's the consistent action that's gonna feed this. Now, let me check my paper notes. You can also surround yourself with friends that go and approach. So I work really hard to surround myself with some badass motherfuckers because I know that my brain, my tribalism in my head is gonna make me the people that I'm around. I wanna be really good with girls, so I surround myself with the guys that approach, they're extroverted, they're amazing with women, so I can do it myself. Surround yourself with those people, and also watch what media you're watching. If you're watching media where it's like telling men like, you're the butt of all jokes, blah, 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 this and that, oh, feminism, like, of course you're gonna have a hard time approaching. But if you're watching media where it's like, yes, empowerment, power, you're watching like self-development, you're watching videos on working out, hitting the gym, you're watching videos on us, where we talk about going out there and working and perfecting your skills, perfecting your charisma, perfecting your personality, making yourself into a better person. Of course you're gonna start becoming a better person. Of course it's gonna be easier for you to approach. So in the same way, massive. Here's the last part. Treat it like the dessert of the day. You gotta love the process. So like if you're hitting the gym, at first it's kind of tough, but as you keep going, it starts becoming funner and funner. Not a word, I know. For all the people in the comment section below, I know it's not a word, I'm saying it fucking anyways. It becomes funner for you to do. It becomes the dessert of the day. You start loving the process because you keep taking consistent action. So eventually hitting the gym becomes fun. Even though it hurts, it becomes fun for you to go hit the gym. You start eating cleaner. It feeds into itself. So if you have a lot of fun going out and gaming, you start teaching yourself to draw yourself to the action. Eventually, it's no longer work. Eventually, it's fun. So you got to treat yourself like, so going out and gaming to you should be the same thing as hitting the gym. It's just like, I know a lot of you guys love hitting the gym like 5 times a week, 3 times a week. Why can't you do the same thing with a game? Why can't you go out 3 to 5 times a week? And I'll say this too, muscle memory. Maybe build it up over the course of 6 months and you fall off for 3 months because you had to work and whatnot. It's muscle memory. It'll come back tenfold faster because you know the mindsets that get you the results with women. So then they come back quicker. Now, next part of this, micro momentum. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter because this one's actually something you do in a singular night to build momentum. So sometimes when I go out, I'm depressed, I'm sad. I've been working long hours and I don't feel like talking to a girl. So what I do, I start baby stepping the approaches. I start putting myself into an extrovert. I start taking the extrovert actions to make myself that guy. I give people positive eye contact with good intent. I wink at people. I wave. I say little things. Excuse me, I'm trying to get by. I make jokes with people as we're joking. Maybe somebody is behind me says something funny. I start joking with them behind me. Maybe somebody has a cool shirt. I say nice shirt. Maybe I see a couple, like cute couple. I tell them like, you guys make a cute couple. Me and Avery will always say, hey, I like your face, and I'll say, I like it more, and we'll start fighting with each other over it. We do that because we're trying to build momentum. We're trying to take extrovert actions. So then finally, when we see a cute ass girl that we want to go talk to, it's easier. As opposed to like us that entire time staying quiet, we built the momentum up. So then when the girl comes along, it's tenfold easier for us to talk to her. Like, so we'll also, I'm not gonna slide this one too. Maybe you're gonna make the excuse of not approaching a girl because she's not attractive enough. Well, why don't you approach to make a friend? Why don't you approach to have fun? Me and AG, we always approach girls just to have fun. We don't always approach girls because we think it's going to because we want to fuck them or something like that. Sometimes we approach just to approach because we have so much fun doing it. And it also makes us more extroverted. So when we talk to the cute girls we like, it's like breathing. That's what Macromomentum is. It's taking the small actions to build to the big action at the end of the night. I approach 6 girls, so the 7th girl loves the shit out of me. That's why you do Macromomentum. That's how you build it up. So in Vegas, COVID is officially over. We're actually opening up the clubs on the 1st. Now for you, this is good for one simple reason. It's good because we're gonna start running a lot of fucking boot camps. Now, if you're watching this message, you're one of the few guys that gets to see this first. The first 3 people to buy a boot camp from me between the months of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, next month's June, isn't it? The 1st of June?
Yeah, 1st of June is, so yeah, that's when everything opens to 100% capacity.
Yeah, so the 1st of June till November, anytime in that period, the first 3 people to buy a boot camp from me get it $500 off. So if you're already interested in getting a boot camp from me, now's your time. If you are interested, we do take deposits as well. That is totally in the options. If you want to get that set up, check in the link below. You can text the phone number there, text it bootcamp. From there, I'll message you back and let you know what the details are, all right? We'll figure out a time and a date, and from there, that being said, peace out.
King, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold, then I am the source. I need a crown, I need a sword. I got my team, we going to war. You want my kids, you be my pawns. We don't relate, you taking a loss. I am a king, give me the throne. I need a queen, she better than most. I need a palace, I need a horse. If you want gold, then I am the source.